Hi everyone, welcome to the second day of the 5-day free program. My name is Sanjana Mansingh and I'm a life coach and I help people achieve their dreams and their desires by the understanding of law of attraction and by helping them shift their beliefs and mindset so that they can be a match to the things that they desire. So I see that it's gonna take a moment for me to go live, for me to appear on your Instagram feed, but in case you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments that you're here with the replay. I just appreciate you being here, and my intention with creating this 5-day free program is to help everyone, as many people as possible, to reframe how they think about their desires and how they think about their goals, and especially how they think about themselves, so that they can feel uplifted, they can feel more positive, they can have more belief in themselves, and then they can manifest their desires with ease. This is something I've been doing for quite some time. Hi Vasundhara, so nice to see you here live. If you're free later in the call, I would also love to invite you. So this is something that I've done a couple of times, and every time we do this, be it someone who's absolutely new to law of attraction, or be it someone who's done this over and over again, I myself do these activities again and again, because every time we come to this space, every time the space is created, every time I think about these questions, these activities, or these kind of thought changing, belief changing prompts, it always helps me to move towards the next step. So no matter where I am, it's going to take me to the next step. So I hope you find value here. I hope it helps you shift your beliefs. And yesterday we started by talking about what's the right space in our mind to approach our goals, because a lot of times we think about our goals and we feel like it's difficult, it's too far out. We have beliefs that remind us that it's not possible, and we've had past stories or experiences that tell us that it's very difficult to have the things that we want. So we want to change those stories, we want to change that. And also a lot of times we feel like dissatisfied with where we are. Hi Sugam, hi Akanksha. Let's see if you would like to come and join us today in the live call. So yeah, also later in this call, I would like to invite you in case you have any questions around manifesting or law of attraction, or you'd like to share your own experiences, or you'd like to share, the thing that I'm going to ask you today, the prompts that I have for you today. I would be so happy to have you here. So as I said, yesterday we were talking about shifting our standpoint, because a lot of times we are looking at our goal and feeling like it's too far away, and also not feeling happy in where we are in our lives. So we wait for things to shift, and then we think that okay, then we can approach our goals. But actually, when that's kind of counterproductive, because when you are feeling happy about where you are, when you're feeling good about yourself, when you have more belief in yourself, when you remind yourself of all the amazing things you've done before, then you have more confidence within yourself. Automatically you feel more inspired to actually take action towards the goals that you have. You actually feel excited about the goal that you have. So that's the first place. So even before we went into what your goals are, which is all we are going to discuss today, I wanted to establish that kind of foundation. So you can revisit or watch the video again. I have the replay saved on my IGTV, on my Facebook, on YouTube, whatever your preferred platform is. And today we're going to talk about your goals. And the important thing here is that I had a Google form set up where a lot of people had filled in the desires that they have, the things that they want to manifest. And I really wanted to know that, because in this live call, in this the live call that we have here in this activity, hi Mahindra, I wanted to help people reframe how they're looking at the goals that they have, right? So a lot of people have mentioned things like love and career, a healthy body and mind, a trip abroad, money, wedding, helping others with the work that I'm doing, a perfect helper, a job, marriage, and things like that. And I wanted to help people get into the depth of what they want and why they want it. So in terms of law of attraction, and in terms of manifesting the things that we want, we attract into our lives more of the things that we focus on, right? So if we are focusing on the obstacles that are there, if you're focusing on the stress that we have, if you're focusing on all the past experiences that went south, we are going to attract more of similar vibing experiences into our lives. Even if you don't know about the law of attraction, it feels intuitive, it feels logical that if you're not feeling good, if you're focused too much on this is the problem, this is how it's always been, this is the obstacle that I need to overcome to get there, then you won't be able to see the solution that may require you to think out of the box. So when we are talking about the goals, so today's question number one is, what are the three goals, top three goals, or top three desires that you have that you want to manifest, right? Hi Aman, nice to see you here live. So what are the top three things that you want to manifest in your life now? So you can write in terms of, money, health, traveling, whatever it is, right? Job. You can put this down in the comments here, and I would love to know from you. Personally, for me also, as you're writing, as you're typing it down, I also share it with you. The top three things that I see now in my future is one of those experiences of speaking. I want to speak with larger audience and also live. That's something that I really love doing. Online is fun, and online gives me space to connect with people internationally as well, but I love being in front of a crowd and being on a stage and talking to people. So that's one of the things that I want to manifest. Another thing that I have is, I have a couple of travels lined up in the next few months, and I want to really enjoy it and have a great time and have an amazing experience. So that's something that I already have lined up, already have planned, but I want to get the best out of it and really have a great experience. The third thing that I want to manifest is that I'm planning to get married in next year, and I have, my desire is to have, a lot of seamless, easy, fun, joyful experiences as I'm planning, as I'm creating these experiences for myself, and also for other people who are going to be involved. Hi Suvanya, hi Hayward. Thank you for all the hearts. So Aman says money, health and love. Okay, what are the three things that you are manifesting? Hi Hayward, I see all the hearts that you're sending across. Are you driving right now? And also Sundra, I would love to invite you in the call later if you'd like to join in. So these are the things that I'm looking forward to manifesting. So would love to know, what are the three things that you are manifesting in your life right now? So as you're typing it down, you can go into further details as I did. You can go a little bit deeper into, okay, this is the kind of money that I want to manifest. This is the kind of, this is how I see my health improving in these terms. That's what I'm looking forward to. So while you're typing it down, while you're writing in the comments, or while you're writing it in your journal, that's also fine. I want to introduce two aspects of looking at your goals. Two things that are important. Thank you, Hayward. Thank you so much. And I'm going to be one of those. I'm going to be... So Hayward says, because I know it won't be visible on the IGTV. May you have the wisest, most fun wedding planners ever. Yes, and I'm planning to have multiple weddings in different settings, and have people coming from different cultures coming together. So I'm so excited about it. So I'm looking forward to creating a great experience. And as you said, Hayward, the wisest, most fun wedding planners, I believe that the universe is one of that, and it's there right on track with me, planning and knowing what are the juicy details that I prefer, what the other people would love to experience. So it has that kind of advantage, it has that kind of understanding, and it's making everything happen. So I believe that. So thank you so much for adding that. So two things that I wanted to talk about, as I said earlier, about reframing how we look at our goals. So often we look at something that we have, that we want. As I was talking to someone, we were like, okay, I want to introduce my boyfriend to my parents. That was one of the things that came up. So when you're saying that this is what I want, there's a focus on the potential, the potential obstacle that is there, that I don't know how the experience would be, when I'm introducing him to my parents, right? So they are saying, I want to introduce my boyfriend to my parents, and that's the next thing that they want to manifest. Now, while you're saying that, in your mind, there's this feeling of tension, a feeling of, I don't know how it'll go, uncertainty. And I want you to, shift your focus from the obstacle to the end result. What's the end thing that you're actually going for? What's the end goal? What that person is actually looking for is to have, her boyfriend, her and her parents, like, come together in a really happy atmosphere, click together, have a lot of harmony, have a lot of understanding, and it feels really fun, it feels really good. So if you can sense the difference in how it feels, one is, I want to have a good meeting with my parents and my boyfriend. There's a little bit of a tension there, there's a little bit of uncertainty, versus what I truly want is everyone to connect and everyone to have a great time and it feel really good, and my parents to like him, and I hope that he likes them, and it just feels really good. it feels freer, it feels more fun, it feels like there's more love involved, there's more joy involved, and there's more excitement involved. If you notice the finer nuances of it, we are shifting the focus away from what's difficult, what's the obstacle, what's uncertain, to the end goal, the happy picture that you want. So for example, someone who wanted to get into a certain college, their goal is to get into that college. Now when they're talking about that, the focus is more about, there is an obstacle, which is the examinations, which is the entrance process and everything, that I want to crack that, I want to succeed there, and I want to get into the college. And as you're approaching that goal, you're focusing on, it's difficult, it's usually rare for people to get through, and it's I don't know if I'll be able to do it, I don't know if I can study enough and everything. So that was the focus. While you're saying the words that you want to get into the college, but the vibrational or the energy or the emotional feeling place was like, this is difficult, right? I want to crack the exam. So I asked him a little bit further, like, why do you want that? Like, what's the college, what does it mean for you? Like, what will happen when you get there? Why this college, why this course? And that shifted him completely, because when he's talking about that, he's excited, he's lit up, he's like full of appreciation for the college, full of appreciation for the professors that are there. He can see himself getting great value out of it. He's like, I know that I'll do really well, that I know it's the place for me to be, I know that's how I can expand, and I know I'll be working with great professors when I get there. So there's a dramatic shift that happens in your energy and how you're feeling, and that's the place that is exciting, because when you're looking at your goal from that place that feels good, that feels exciting, which is really the end happy picture, you may feel like I'm asking you to ignore the obstacle that is there, but the thing is that when you are looking at the happy picture, when you're excited about it, you find new ways to get there, right? If you're focused on the obstacle at hand, you're just limited to that vision, you're just limiting your vision to, okay, this is the thing, I need to overcome this. And then you feel like pushing yourself towards the thing, and you're wanting to motivate yourself, and you feel like you're procrastinating and you're not studying enough and doing all of that. But the thing is, when you're excited about that goal, when you're excited about what it means to you, you feel pulled to move towards that, you have more ideas towards that, you feel like you start attracting people also who are a match to that. So let me see, Stefan, so nice to see you here. Let's see if I can invite you. Hi Shripal. Let's see, I'll just quickly go through the comments. So many wonderful people here today. Vasandra says her intentions or her goals are to spread love, happiness, and help others always. Hayward has monetize these live videos so we can give you money. Oh, thank you, Ava, that's a great idea. Hi Babushka boy, would love to know what your name is. I wish to have something surprisingly wonderful thoughts about my uncle. That's fun, that is fun. I wish to have something surprisingly wonderful happen today. I wish to feel surprisingly wonderful. Exactly, you got it. I wish to be someone's wonderful surprise today. For me, you are a surprise right now. I didn't know you would be here, Hayward, so you are my wonderful surprise already. Hi Stefan, hi Ambika. Wonderful, wonderful, so many amazing people. Thank you for all the hearts that you're sending across, Hayward and everyone. So a reframing of how you're looking at your desire, right? Being excited by it, by being filled up by it, being inspired by it, going to the end happy version of it. So I'll give you some examples from my own experience. So for me, I think some of you may have heard this story before, but there are a lot of new people joining in, so I'll share with you that when I was in my college, when I was studying engineering, one part of my course was to go and do an internship abroad. So my goal was to actually go to Germany, to Berlin, where my boyfriend was. So I wanted to go and meet him, and for me that felt like the logical thing, to do an internship there. Now I applied so it was an exciting goal, of course, like to be able to see his country and to be able to travel outside India for the first time, to be able to connect with his family and understand his culture. Like all of these things were so exciting. So what happened was that I went through the traditional path, which would be through applying to internship opportunities, to internship organizations. But unfortunately, or I'd say rather fortunately, I didn't get through. So if you are looking at that this goal from the perspective of I need to do XYZ to get to that place, and you're focused on the XYZ, and all of your attention and everything is that I need to do this, I need to get through this internship organization, I need to crack this exam, and I need to do all of that. All of your focus is just going to be there, and if it doesn't work out, which happened for me, it didn't work out, it's just going to make you feel like, oh, this is it, this is the end of the line. But for me, when it happened, I was so in tune with the end goal, which was this vision of me being there, with him, vision of me being, in Germany, outside my country, witnessing the things, hearing the language and everything. I could really hold the vision and feel the vision. So it's not about the visualization. You may think that, okay, it's a process or something, but it was like how connected I was with that desire. Since I was so connected with that desire, despite being rejected or not being selected for the internship organization, I could see another path. I had the faith. I knew that, well, something else will come out, right? So the internship organization had a limited opportunity, which was away from where he was staying. It was like a few hours away from where he was staying. So when that happened, it got cancelled. I was still inspired. I was still connected with my end happy goal. I had the idea, this inspired idea that came through, to look up the professors and look up the universities that are there in Berlin, in the city where he lives. And through that, I started looking at different labs that I could apply to, different professors with whom I could work. And I started just mailing them and telling them and sending them my resume and telling them that I would be happy to intern under them. And so amazingly and luckily, one of the labs, one of the professors reached out and they said, we're happy that you're interested to work with us and we'd love to have you here. So this turned out to be so much better than what I was earlier applying for. This university was much better than what I had ever thought of. I didn't know about it so much. My focus was on, I want to be in Berlin, I want to be with my boyfriend, I want to meet his family, I want to get to know his culture. But as I was connected to that, the new path that showed up had an amazing university. This university it had like 40 Nobel laureates come out of that. Albert Einstein was a professor there. The professor I was working under was world renowned and really, really famous. So for me, it was really like a no-brainer that I should go, I must go. And so, as I said, the earlier opportunity was away from him, and this was right in his city. And, because I was working under this professor, because I created an internship that there wasn't an opportunity like this before, I could travel, I could get a stipend, I got to travel a lot of Europe with my boyfriend, with his family. So the main thing that I'm trying to tell here, that when you're connected with the happy end goal, new ideas come to you, synchronicities happen, like manifestation, what people think is magical and fun and miraculous, that happens because you are connected with the end goal, the end vision of where you want to go. So as you're talking about wanting to manifest money, wanting to manifest health, I want you to think for a moment, what does that feel like? How does it feel to have that, that amount of money? And it's not just the money that you want, really. It's not just, okay, a certain amount. Of course you want the amount, but what you're really after is the feeling that it'll give you. You would feel more successful. You would feel like, you'd feel confident. And that, it is different for different people. The same amount of money would mean different things for different people. So I am inviting you to identify why you want that. How would it feel? What's the end version of it, right? What's the end picture? So let me know in the comments, right? What are the 3 things that you want to manifest, and why do you want to manifest? What's the end picture? What's the end vision? What does that look like? Hi, so many amazing people who are here. Okay. Also, at the end of the call, in about like 20 minutes or so, I would invite you to hop in the call in case you'd like to add something, you have some questions specifically about your desire that you have. I would love to answer those, right? So let me know, what are the 3 things that you're wanting to manifest, and how would you like to feel? Like Hayward really beautifully described it. I wish to feel surprisingly wonderful. That's what he wants to feel, right? That's the vision that you're holding. So I had another story that I wanted to tell you. I think while you're writing it down, what are your 3 goals and the why behind it. So Vasundhara, as you also shared, spread love, happiness, and help others always. So how does that make you feel like, what does that look like? How would it feel like when you are doing that? What's a image that comes to your mind when you know that I am spreading happiness, I am uplifting people, that I am, connecting with a lot of people? Or maybe it's not related to your work, maybe it's in your relationships, maybe it's with your friends, maybe it's with your family. What's the end vision that you're, holding in your mind of the goal that you have? So that's an invitation for everyone to think about that, think about, the end picture. So this is like a really fun thing in terms of law of attraction as well, because when you're holding that vision, you are, you're attracting more of those things into your life, more of the next pieces. So the other thing that I wanted to share, this was the first part, which is, think about your goal, but think about the end happy picture, right? And let that inspire you, let that call you. So the second thing that I wanted to talk about is, because a lot of the times we have these goals, right? We want to get into this college, we want to have a car, we want to have that relationship, we want to have that marriage, and we put it in such a way that we think that once we have this, again, as I mentioned yesterday, we think that once we have this, then we'll feel good, then everything will be awesome, then this thing will make my life better. But the thing that we fail to understand very often is that it's not just about manifesting that amount of money in your bank account, or having that relationship in your life, or having that kind of health. It's about who you become in that journey, who you are actually becoming, how you're feeling about yourself, what are the beliefs that you're going to be holding about yourself, the growth that you will have in the journey. So every time you have a goal, that's basically like, it's just putting it out there. It's just another place for you to move towards. It's another way for you to expand. Every time we have a new goal, it's just an excuse or just a beautiful reason for us to expand. So let me give you an example. One of my really dear friends, and who's also participated in a lot of my programs, she had always this question about who am I, and I want to describe my personality. I want to be someone who's confident, who's smart, who's, doing amazing things. And for her, it was like, I should get into this college, so that would make me feel like this. So the thing is that, of course, when you get into the college, you can feel like that. Sure, of course, if you manifest like $1 million tomorrow, you can feel amazing and lucky. But would you feel worthy of it? Would you feel like you own it? Would you feel like it's normal for you? Right? So for her, it wasn't like, okay, I just want to manifest getting into the college. What happened for her was that, and she's going to be one of my guests, in one of these days in the live calls after the 5 days. So you love listening to her story. What happened for her was that as she went through the process of applying to the college, studying in the college, she became a different person. She became a more confident person. She became someone who was more confident of her opinions, of how she spoke, or what she had to say, what she had to do, what she had to create. So this person who was unsure of herself, who wanted to define who she is, and she wanted to have these personality traits and everything, this is here, and she wanted to get into college. That version of her is different. And the journey that she took, it naturally happened that she became more confident. She felt really great about herself. And then, of course, she won one of the national awards, which is amazing, like, because she became really famous also in her college. But beyond that, on a national level, she won a great competition, and she got directly placed into her dream job. So this person who was like, I want my dream job, it would be lovely to be a part of this college, it would be lovely to have that amazing job, she's looking at that. But this is not a match to this. What happens is, every time you have a goal that you want to become healthy, that you want to have great relationships, you change in the process, you grow in the process, you expand in the process, your beliefs change, how you think change, how you behave changes. So that's the thing that, a lot of times we get confused. We're like, okay, I want the money right now. I want the car right now. I want the relationship right now. But the thing is, it's fun to know that these things that we are asking for, it's another invitation for us to expand to the level where it feels comfortable and normal to have this. Very recently, I think 2 days back, I was having a call with one of my very close friends, and she was one of my first ever clients. And one of the things, since we were talking right now, she was talking to me about a talk that she has to do. She has to do it in front of a great audience. It's a great opportunity, and we were just refining ideas of, what she has to speak. And suddenly I had this moment of deja vu where I remember that, about 3 or 4 years back, no, 2 or 3 years back, when we started working together, one of her desires was to speak to a large audience. That was a deeply held desire that she had, that's the person I want to become. I want to be the person who's addressing large crowds and talking to amazing people. I love communication skills. I love talking to people. And as I'm talking to her now, 2 days back, I was like, do you remember this was one of the goals that you had? And now you're doing on this massive scale on, in 2 weeks notice, and you're just doing this now, and it's amazing. And she's like, yes. And now it feels natural. It feels absolutely normal. It doesn't feel like something out of the blue and out of my reach or something. It feels like, yes, this is who I am. This is who I get to be. This is what I get to do. So in the process of reaching or manifesting or attracting, allowing, whatever you want to call it, your desire, you are becoming a different version of yourself. You are expanding to someone who believes in themselves, who has new skills maybe along the way, who has great interactions, new people come into your life, you become a different person. And yeah, so it becomes natural and normal. So the goals, again, instead of looking at a goal like that thing is going to just change my life, I want you to reframe that thing and see that, okay, I'm going to become a different person for whom this goal is going to be absolutely normal. It's going to be very natural for me to receive this. It's going to be very natural for me to have it. I can just give you so many examples of that. Like personally, as I said, speaking here right now on Instagram, all about, mindset and shifting beliefs and everything. This wasn't me like 2 years back at all. I was speaking in a very limited crowd with small groups of people, going full out. But for me, it was a big thing that wouldn't it be so cool if I could do live calls on Instagram and everything, connect with more people and talk to them about this stuff. That version of Sanjula couldn't have done this. She would be sweating. She'd probably not do it because she can't do it. She's not, ready for that. But in that process, step by step, doing my first ever, working with my first ever client, doing my first ever group program, doing my first ever, live call, in a small group, like through all those small steps of expansion, I've gotten here. And this is just another, next step. As I said, one of my goals is to, speak at a larger, with a larger audience. So everything is leading to that. And in the process, I'm becoming a different person. I'm becoming the version of, that version that I want to be. And I'm expanding and I'm growing. Another last example that I could give you, just in July, I had a 3-day workshop. And one of the things that I desired was, more health, like feeling more fit in my body and feeling, fine, and clear skin. That is something that I desired. One of the many things that we were working with, in the workshop. And I'm just looking back, like just yesterday, I was just thinking about it. I feel really good about myself and my health and my skin and everything. And it just, that thing clicked that, oh, I had asked for this. By the end of July, in the 3-day workshop, I had asked for this. This is the next thing that I wanted. Now, in the process of asking for that to where I am now, what happened was that new ideas show up, new people show up, new opportunities show up. So what happened for me was that since I had asked for this, as we were all held up in our houses with the lockdown and everything, the place where we go to play, I love playing badminton, that opened up. So in those 1.5 months, I started going to play badminton, which is one of the favorite things that I do. I love playing and I love going all out, and I'm sweating and everything, but just is so exhilarating. That opened up. The next thing that happened, two of my really close friends, they invited me to join a yoga class. So we are doing yoga every day, not every day, like every alternate day in the morning as a group. And that helped me a lot. That makes me feel really good and pumped up. Another thing that I discovered which helped me with, my posture, with my skin and everything. So it wasn't something that I had to even, go out and pursue. Just because I had set the intention from this place to here, opportunities, people like my friends who invited me over, programs that would help me with my skin, these things showed up. That's the manifestation aspect. These things show up when you set an intention, when you have a goal, when you have a picture in your mind, which I did. I had a picture of the end picture of how I want to feel, because I have felt that before, feeling really good in my health and feeling really connected with my body and feeling really good about my skin. And now I have it. I was just thinking about it 2 days back. I was so happy with where I am with my health. So to wrap it all up, three things. What are the three things that you desire? And I want you to shift your focus to what's the end happy picture. If you're talking about health, what is the vision that you're holding? How do you want to feel? If you're talking about money, how do you want to feel? You don't have to necessarily describe it in terms of I want to have so much money by the end of this month if that doesn't click for you. But you can describe it in the way that by the end of this month, I want to feel like, I want to feel abundant. I want to feel confident when I look at my bank account balance, or I want to feel comfortable enough to buy everything for myself, or I want to be comfortable enough to give something to someone else, right? You get to decide what are the terms that feel exciting to you. What is the end vision that is exciting for you? What is exciting for me may not be exciting for you, right? It's specific to you. So that's the first thing, describe in a clearer vision of where you're headed. What's the end happy picture? And the second thing that is just an idea that I want to introduce to you is, who are you going to become in the process of achieving or manifesting the goal? Who are you becoming? More than what's the goal, I want to ask you, who are you becoming? I'm becoming more confident. I'm becoming someone who has great relationships. I'm becoming who's more someone also added, that something that they want to manifest is want to have good habits because they feel really stressed, they have a lot of anxiety, they have a lot of all those things. So the focus again is on the anxiety, is on the stress, is on the tension. Who are you becoming? I'm becoming someone who can control my feelings in a better way, who can react to situations in a better way. I'm becoming someone who's more calm and who's more happy. I'm becoming someone who's just more in control of how she feels about herself. So these are the things that I want to invite you. Again, three things that you want to manifest. I think you can hear the truck passing by in the background. So first thing, what are the three things that you want to manifest? What's the end vision? Second thing, who are you becoming in the process of achieving that goal? So let me see if I can just quickly go through the comments that are there. Hi Diksha, hi Vishwakarma. Okay. Aman, thank you so much. Aman says, that's so good, you're so wise. Thank you so much. So let's see, I have about 6 people here. If any one of you wants to join in the live call, and you can share anything that you'd like to share. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them and answer them for you, specifically about your desire. Or if you would like to share what are your 3 goals and what's the end vision, let's do it right here. So you can send a request to join this call, or I can just look at the people who are there and invite them over. Let me see if I can invite Kristen. So I think it's 8:30 a.m. in the morning for Kristen, so let's see if she's still around. Meanwhile, you can actually add in the comments what are the things that you desire. And I will be saving this live call in case you missed, some part of it. You can watch the replay. It'll be on my
Hi.
TV. Hi, Vasundhara. Nice to see
Hi.
you.
I'm fine.
Hi.
I'm so sorry for this look because I just had a bath and I just came out. So
It's all good.
I
It's
was
all
just,
good. I'm so happy you're here.
yeah, yeah, thank you. I was just watching the live, like because yesterday I kind of missed it out. So I got a chance in the morning to see it, check
Yeah.
it out
What's the
on
replay?
IGTV video. So yeah, and it was amazing.
Thank
And
you.
I was just thinking that if like kind of we can just connect like on today's live session so we can talk about
Thank you so much
because
for
as I
taking
said
out the time and coming here.
most welcome because I am right now as you know now I'm not there in Jodhpur, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of
You're traveling
traveling,
and everything.
so yeah,
Which is
so trying
completely
to
fine.
take
That's
out
why I'm saving the recordings. That's why I'm saving the replay. Like you can watch it
right.
anytime, whenever. Also, people who
No,
may
that
come
is
in the
that
future.
is
Yeah.
that is very useful because I think I watched it this morning and I wanted to kind of watch that first before taking
Mm,
today's thing because then that would be like a continuation.
yeah.
So I managed to watch that, and then finally, like
So,
now, So as you asked, like I mentioned, I think the main point, like what I feel like, is that I want to like spread more love, and I want to go
mm,
ahead, help more and more people. That is kind of
yeah.
the feel I, get. Like one thing I feel that something it makes me feel very good about like doing something because I think in today's time there are people who are so busy, in their day-to-day life, that they kind of
Yeah.
fail because they have so much already on their shoulders going on. So
Yeah.
they kind of don't get time for themselves, or they don't
Yeah.
get time for having those thoughts of even going out there,
Mm-hmm.
helping someone who wants help, or
Mm-hmm.
someone who's in problem and kind of does something, even like someone you don't know, basically you just come across on
Hmm.
the streets or something, and you just do
Yeah.
something for that person which adds a smile to their faces, in your day-to-day life. So I mean, that is something I think I really love to do, because that is one thing which gives me that inner happiness kind of a feel. So
You're
that is,
already doing that. That's so amazing with your page. You're already like
yeah. So
becoming a beacon of positivity and of joy.
Right. So that is one thing which I've always wanted to kind of do, for others. And that's why I just started this on my page also, that, kind of do something where people get to know like certain knowledge also about a lot of things which are happening. So that is
Mm.
it. And if by the end, like I feel that it's the main idea is to feel good you know about yourself, basically, because
Yeah.
there were times I think when I had told you, like when we had talked, like earlier, that when I was in US I was completely different. The time I
Mm-hmm.
got back, and when I had to settle in a place like Jodhpur, where there's
Yeah.
kind of nothing to do, no friends out there, no
Yeah.
company, and that is the time when you start feeling, and you start talking to yourself, basically,
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
lot more than how I used to be earlier,
Yeah.
because I had friends there in US and life was very different there. But when I moved here, it was just my grandparents,
Hmm.
and having no friends and no
Yeah.
company, so it makes you feel very low at times. But I feel at the same time, kind of it makes you strong also,
Mm-hmm.
because I think this was the time which gave me a lot of strength to be whoever I am and whatever I want to
Exactly.
achieve or maybe be, you know. I got a
And
lot of
connect with
me
yourself.
time.
Yeah.
Right. The me time.
Connect with yourself and understand what do you want to do and how do you
Right.
feel. I think sometimes that's a blessing in disguise because when you don't have anything else, then you're only left with
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Then you
Right.
have nowhere else to go but to see, look within and, see how you're
Right.
feeling, what are your thoughts, what do you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then you like finally have, as you said, the me time.
Right.
So, and I think that's where you started with your, your page and doing all these things and all
Right.
these activities. Something,
That was actually the time when, like especially the lockdown time, that was the time when I spent time doing a lot of new things, like, tried my hands on gardening or painting or something which I like, basically.
yeah,
So I used to do
nice.
a lot of things, and that made me feel that, God, there's so much to do. I mean, there's so much to do, like, kind of read new books, or kind
Yeah.
of learn a new instrument, or go out, kind of.
Wow.
That time we couldn't go out so much, but I think just maybe your neighborhood, just kind of get to know
Mm-hmm.
someone, or
Mm-hmm.
someone to talk to, anything like that. So I think that was something which gave me that inner happiness, about the things that, I think that is one thing which I want to do, maybe help people, spread,
Mm-hmm.
spread love. If I feel
Yeah.
positive and if I feel good about this life, why can't, others feel that way? Maybe a lot of pressure, because in today's time, we're all just running, and there's a lot of pressure and there's so much to achieve. I think people are not taking the sufficient amount of breaks which are required,
For themselves.
and
Yeah.
yeah, for themselves. And I think that's very important. I think without that, I don't think so you get to know anything about yourself, and you won't
Yeah.
discover the, you know the new you,
Exactly.
the
And like
person
how
which is
the person that
right.
is truly inside, like because you don't have the time to connect with yourself, and that's what is
Right.
required.
Right.
I would love to ask you because you're already doing so well with your page. Like, what's the next expansion for you in the intention that you have and the desire that you have to spread love, spread positivity, spread upliftment. So what's like
Right.
the next exciting thing, like the next happy vision that you have? Because we know that of course people are not right now connected with themselves and happy, and they are kind of in the rat
Right.
race. So the vision,
Mm-hmm.
of course, is for people to come across you and your page and the work that you're doing. And I think I really resonate with what you're saying, because on a deep level, that's what I want too. So I'm
Right.
just trying to really think that for me, the vision is, whoever comes across me, anything that I'm doing, anything that I create, that they feel happy, they feel
Mm-hmm.
uplifted about themselves, they feel hopeful, they feel
Right.
like they're excited to move on in their life. And
Mm-hmm.
I leave them with that spark. So that's for me,
Right.
the end happy vision that excites me to do these things that I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing. What's the
Right.
end happy vision for you?
So, see, Sanjala, like when I started doing this on my page, so the main idea was to, kind of make people aware about different things. Like,
Mm,
I started my page with doing something about support small businesses when
yeah,
there was a lockdown situation. And then there were so many small businesses like homegrown brands which came up, which were doing so well. Like,
yeah,
you just go out, we shop from malls and these,
yeah.
big brands. I think you don't make the person who's made those things happy, you know you're
Mm,
shopping just from a
mm,
brand, so
true,
basically it's
true.
just the money making thing. But here, when
Yeah,
you buy something from a homegrown brand, it adds a smile on that person's face and it makes someone's
yeah.
day. So, and plus, b- the homegrown brands nowadays, I think, are all over Instagram. They're doing so well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that was my first initiative. And then coming to mental health awareness, and where we also work together, and we kind of tried our best to
yeah.
spread awareness to people.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get to know about, there are people on
Yeah.
Instagram also who are not that recognized, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times it happens that some pages do work, they
Yeah,
kind of, they they are recognized by a lot of people, and some pages they don't. So it's
yeah.
like a kind of a chain we create for among
Mm-hmm.
ourselves to help each other, like another, that okay,
Yeah.
like if she's doing something like this, I should kind of help her,
Support.
like boost her, right? And if he's doing something like that, why not help
Yeah.
him to do something better and maybe learn, because that's what you do. Like if you kind of help someone in need, so I think the best part is you get to learn so much
Mm-hmm.
from that
Mm-hmm.
person in that journey, in that process of helping. You get knowledge as well, and
Yeah.
I think knowledge has no end there. I think it you get knowledge every day. Every day you learn something new. So that is one
Exactly.
thing I feel, that through my page I get to meet new people, and
Mm-hmm.
get to learn
Learn
new
also.
things
Yeah.
every day, and kind of connect to more and more people. That's how we kind of grow together and help each other.
Exactly.
And so that is
Yeah.
one thing which I expect, that the like all the love and support which I'm getting right now from my page goes on, and then
Yeah.
whatever people are looking for from my page, I'm able to give them that. That is also
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, if I can get a chance to learn
Yeah.
something from someone, and in that journey we kind of grow together, that is beautiful. So
I
that
think
is
I have
the
to
goal.
say to everyone who's watching, first of all, Vasundhara, if you just follow her on her profile, she creates she has this amazing platform where she promotes people, and she promotes specifically right now, I think the focus was on mental health matters, and we
Right.
connected through one of our mutual friends. And I think exactly what you're saying, I feel all of those things, because as you were supporting me, I know that it introduced a lot of people in my world. And for me,
Right.
that was great, of course, to connect with new people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that for them as well, it was great, because then, you know about these things and all of that and manifestation, but people could come up to me and ask me questions. What is law of attraction? What
Right.
is manifestation? What is all of these
Mm.
things? And that is something that inspired me to create an open program like this. So it just created
Right.
that chain, as you said, from us working together, new people showing up,
Right.
and then me creating this program. So it has created that, amazing. wave of positivity and upliftment. And as you said,
Thank
you get to learn a lot from each other. I got to learn a lot about,
true.
the programs, how you create. And I was excited about creating a reel also, like you were saying that we should promote, our life goals with a reel. So
Right,
I was excited. I
right,
started
right.
doing that for myself also. It's like
Thank
I
you so
learned
much. Thank,
so much.
thank you so much, Sanjana.
Of course, like, and I really want to say, like, exactly what you said, like people coming together and growing together and supporting each other
Hmm.
is like it's such a beautiful
Right.
thing. And I just appreciate it so much that you're already doing it and you're already on the path and it's just growing and it's, more people are connecting. So this is wonderful. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining, Vasundhara, joining the live call. I'm
Thank
so glad
you.
that you could join in. I mean, I know you're busy and you're traveling and
Yeah,
everything.
even even I'm so happy that today was the day like I could just, spend some time out and I could just take the because today being a Sunday, so
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay,
I'm
let's
so
do this.
glad. Thank you,
Thank
thank you,
you
thank
so
you. I
much,
appreciate you so
and
much.
keep growing. And I'm sure like you get all the love and support.
Thank you so
Thank
much. You're
you.
so sweet, Vasundhara. You're so sweet.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye. Let's see how. Okay. So Vasundhara, as you guys could see, is an amazing, amazing, fun person. Hi, Ashna. Hi, Shreya. So many fun people who have joined in. Let's see if someone. Hello, Uncle. I see Aditya Uncle as well here. So let me see if I can add anyone. Right now, I'm talking about what are the three goals that you have for yourself. Focusing on them in a positive way, not focusing on the obstacles that are there. Like as Vasundhara was sharing, like she was sharing that the message that she has, the work that she wants to do is to spread positivity and uplift people. And the obstacle, so to say, is that people are really caught up with their lives and there's a rat race and people don't have time to connect with themselves. So you could go into that space, like even with her experience, like she said, like she was at home alone and had shifted like countries, like came from US to a city where she didn't have so many people that she knew. So we could be focusing on the obstacle, we could be focusing on things are so difficult that my friends aren't there and all of those things are there. But you could shift to a different direction and feel good about it, feel good about, okay, I have time for myself, I can connect with myself, and such amazing new things come out of that and great initiative comes out of that. So that's exactly what she did. So I want to invite you to think about the next three goals that you have and shift your focus away from the obstacle that you have to go through, that it's difficult and I can't, it's usually not common and everything. Obstacles around you, obstacles on your path to the goal that you have, and focus on the end vision that you have for yourself, the happiness, the joy that you'll feel, and what does that mean for you. And also the second thing, the episode, I'm just repeating for the people who just joined in. So the second question that I have for you, that as you're moving from where you are to the goal that you have for yourself, you will become a different person on that journey. You will become a person who's more confident, believes in themselves, has new skill sets, has connected with amazing new people. In Vasundhara's case, like she had this idea that I want to uplift people and share a lot of positivity. And she has now that page that she's doing amazing work there. But in the process, she became more comfortable with going live. She started connecting with new people. She started learning, as she just said, with new people. So she became also this person who's grown from where she was to now where she has this goal manifested. So would love to invite you to talk a little bit about what's the next three things that you're manifesting. Let's see if I can invite Kristen again. Don't know if she's there. Or Shreya, if you'd like to join in.
Hi, baby.
There you are. Good morning.
Hold
I
on.
wasn't sure if you're there or not.
Yeah, I kind of was not, and then I
Wait,
am, and
you're
all that.
frozen.
I was backing. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I'm so happy that you're here.
Hey, honey.
Hey, how you doing? How's the morning?
Oh, good morning. Good morning. Yes, it is morning. Good evening for you.
Thank you. It's almost 9. It's like 9:30 p.m. But anyway, let's talk about what you're expanding to. I remember you said you're leveling up everywhere, something like that, better and fun and something like that. So let's talk about where you're headed.
You know, one of the things I love that you recently said was you posted like, what's the best
Mhm.
manifesting tool, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
I love that the answer is you. You know, it's you. It's
Mhm.
not all the hoops we play with, which are fine. They're tools. It's a tool
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
hammer, but
yeah.
it's who's holding the hammer, who's wielding the
Mhm.
hammer, you know. And that's what you have to, a hammer isn't going to help you at all if you can't lift your arm, if you can't figure out which end to use or whatever, you know. It's you, it's
Yeah.
you, it's you. And so go ahead.
No, I love that. I love that it resonated with you because it was
Oh,
sparked by one of our conversations. I think that's what we talk about back and forth because we are manifesting. We are the people. Like everything is responding to us, how we believe, how what we think, and just how, it's all us. It's not a visualization. It's not an
yeah,
affirmation. Those things
yeah,
happen. Like again, as I said in my journey now of feeling more fit and feeling more healthy, it isn't badminton that fixed it. It's not yoga that came around. It's not the thing that I did. It came to me, it responded to me, it responded to my desire. It could be anything. It could be another, mix of things. It could be a different diet that shows up, based on how I'm feeling or what I want to play with and the new things that I want to try. But again, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's you, it's you, it's you that you're manifesting. You're the most powerful manifesting tool. I
yeah.
love that.
And you know what I really love is knowing in every, because it's so easy to say, okay, I want to manifest this. And then all
Hmm.
that lag time in between, it's like, well, what are you doing in that moment? You're still manifesting. You're always manifesting. You're always,
Yeah.
you're never, we are not beings that don't manifest. In every in
Mhm.
breath and out breath, we are manifesting. You are answering a past desire. And if we're
Yeah.
so busy constantly looking for, okay, well, where's that car I want? Where's that car I want? And this is all good. It's okay. But if you're
Yeah.
always, you know, focus on that one thing, you're not seeing the 100 billion other things you are answering in this moment right now. And
Mhm.
you know, so it's like you had the desire to have me on here, but look what you've done, and vice versa. And
Yeah.
I know, and I'm always manifesting amazing homes. Like right now,
Oh
I'm
my
in this,
God.
I know, I'm just in another, you know, it's an Airbnb, but it's another gorgeous view with hawks and birds and cats and the best
Oh,
bed I've
of
ever
course.
wanted. Yeah, you know, it's like as I was driving here, I'm sitting here going, I want a firm bed, and I could feel it, and I could, you know, and the
Mhm.
minute I latched on to, oh, I have to make this happen, now I
Yeah.
can feel the ickiness. It's like, okay, on to
Yeah.
something else. And of course, I have
Yeah.
the best bed. I have exactly what I wanted. And and you know, it's fun to notice that, but
Mhm.
you should see this view. You should see this view. You should see this whole deck I'm sitting on here.
Oh my
You
God, so
know,
beautiful. I love it. I see the greenery. It paused at the right moment. I don't know if others can see it, but right now for me,
if I turn
what's
you
playing on the
around.
screen or what's frozen on the screen is, hi,
I'm
there you
sorry, are we
are.
back?
Yeah, I think you are.
I took you guys on a spin and I screwed it all up.
No,
But
it's fine. It froze on the trees and it was perfect.
got you guys stuck in the trees. Yeah, I mean, and so often we forget that you wanted this because you are a
Mm-hmm.
being of desires. In every moment, you're desiring something, anything.
Exactly.
You're just desiring.
Exactly.
It's like breathing. You dream, you know, and you breathe naturally. You're not trying. I mean, you can play with your breath and take deeper breaths or shallower breaths. You can play with it all you want, but we automatically breathe without trying.
Yeah.
Manifestation is the same. You
Yes.
automatically manifest beautifully without trying. You can grab hold and play, you can, and that's fun too. But don't worry about it if you forget. Don't worry if you forget to segment intend or meditate, just have
visualize
fun.
or meditate.
Yeah.
Or that's why I think exactly what yesterday, one of the participants who joined, Akanksha, when she said when she read the book The Secret, she was like, I do this all the time. I think in, in the possibilities. I don't, limit myself to this. Like, it just resonated with her, because we can get limited to the idea that this is manifestation, this is law of attraction, this is what it means. But it's not those things. It's about realizing that this is what we're doing naturally. This is
Yeah.
what happens naturally. Life is responding to us in that way. And you can
Yeah.
understand it. You can try to understand, okay, what's happening and how it's, responding to us, and then you can leverage it. Sure. But again, it's not something outside of yourself that, okay, I need to master visualization, I need to master meditation, I need to master these things. Even these prompts that I'm sharing here, these questions that I'm sharing, it's not the only thing. It'll help you
Yeah.
shift, it'll help you move, it'll feel better and it'll feel good. But I would never say that you always have to do this. This is the thing. It's never, there's no
Yep.
formula per se, like about, manifesting. So I really like that you brought this in, because I think this is really, really, you know what just popped up on my notifications? Oh, but my dear, the negative is the greatest fun there is. Video by Crystal Clark. I just got a notification about a video that you uploaded. Oh my God.
I love that video. That video is probably one of the best ones I've done in a long time. I love that video. It's so much fun.
Oh my God. I'm gonna watch this right after the call. I'm gonna watch this. And I have to
Yeah.
speak to you as well. I have to speak. I mean, I want to dive deep into the video, and then I have to get talking to you.
Well, and for anybody who's watching this, I want you to understand, because for the longest time, I was in that space of, I would get up every morning and I'd go sit and meditate, and I would feel like I'm doing something wrong because I wasn't getting anything out of it. I did this
Yeah.
for 3 years every day. I'd get up and I'd go meditate for a solid 40 minutes, and I'd sit there, and it was a fight, and I never liked it. I never had a great time. Sometimes it was like, oh, there was some interesting things
Yeah.
happening, but for the most part, I would rather go for a walk. I'd rather go for a hike with the trees and the deer and the birds. And
Exactly.
it's about, I love that when you made that post about what's the ideal thing, and in the background it had all these different techniques.
Yeah.
That's the menu that we
Yeah.
all at any time get to look through and go, well, what of these things feels good? And it might not be any of them, but
Exactly.
for me, revision is that's my, I don't know
Mhm.
if in India they know of I Dream a Genie, but there's this old sitcom, I Dream a Genie, where this guy had a genie and she'd do
Okay.
this. And
Yeah.
I grew up wanting to be Genie my whole life. And I can do that now. And I do it with
Yeah.
revision.
Mhm.
Revision is my blink.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
and everybody can find that. And tomorrow it may not be anymore. Tomorrow may be
Yeah.
something new.
Exactly.
But
And that's
to
why it's dynamic, it's growing, it's different, it's fun. There are new things coming every day. Like, there's a new way of understanding, oh, this is something interesting. There's a new insight that I have. There's a new thought I have. There's a new way of approaching this. That's what
yeah,
you and I usually do. We talk about beyond the leading edge, beyond what has been, and a new way of approaching manifestation, law of attraction. I
yeah,
love that you, and also when you mentioned that slide, of all the processes that are the menu out there, in the last slide, which was like, do whatever makes you feel good, it's filled with have a cup of coffee, go for a
yeah,
walk, take a nap.
yeah, and
It's
that. Yes.
it's
Yeah.
it's all of it's equally fun, it's equally good,
Yeah.
because it's about you. You're manifesting. Law of attraction is responding to you. You're manifesting all the time.
And for us to get rid of the word technique, because
Mm,
it's I like, that's why I love Sandbox. It's just another
yeah.
sandbox to play in. And you are this, when you were a little baby and the most fantastic thing in the world was your belly button, you were still raising the sun every day. You were still
Yeah.
manifesting like a mofo, like nobody's
Yeah.
business. And you're no different.
You're frozen again. Wait, I think you'll be back in a second. But another thing that you mentioned, Kristen, I don't know if you can hear me, that you're manifesting all the time. And we get so caught up in the next thing that we are manifesting that we forget, as you were saying, that, we caught up with the next thing that you want to manifest. You forget that, oh, I wanted, this kind of a place. I wanted that kind of a bed. I wanted this kind of a thing. That's what we were talking about yesterday, because we get caught up in what's next. What's the next thing I want to manifest? I have to manifest. Okay, I think she doesn't have the network anymore, but thank you so much for joining, Kristen. That was so fun. That was so leading edge, as always. So we get so caught up in what's the next, what's the next, what's the next, that we forget to savor and appreciate what's happening right now, what's something that we've already manifested, what's, what is around us. So everything that I'm talking about here in the next 5 days is going to be about how you can feel good about what's the next thing that's coming into your life. You feel good about yourself, you feel you have good beliefs about yourself, hold positive beliefs, feel good about where you're standing right now, where your life is at right now, and still look forward to the next thing that's coming. So it's all fun and feeling positive and feeling excited, and in that anticipation of it coming, because life is right now also, it's available for you to feel good right now as well. It's not just about, I think in our society there's this idea that you're as good as the number of goals that you achieve, what's showing up on your resume, the degrees that you have, the jobs that you have had, the kind of money that you have, the property that you have, and all of that. So we think mistakenly we've put that value in these things, A, B, C, D. If we have those things, now we get to be happy. That's never the case, right? You get to always be happy in your life right now, appreciating the things that you have right now, the things that you're manifesting, the softer things that you may say, like you're going for a great walk in the morning, you have a great laugh with the people around you, you had a beautiful sleep. Those are the things that you're also manifesting. The life is beautiful right now. And then you also get to have the car that you want and the relationships that you want. So speaking specifically from a law of attraction standpoint, when you're feeling good, when you're feeling love, when you're feeling appreciation, when you're feeling abundant and confident, you're going to attract more of that into your life. You're going to attract more people who will make you feel like that. You will attract opportunities that will make you feel like that. So when I said that I wanted to feel more healthy, I went into that end vision. I won't say I visualized it, but I knew that this is my goal, not in terms of what it looks like on paper, but how it feels to me. How would it feel like when I'm in the end goal? So it was about feeling really connected with my body, feeling that kind of strength in myself, that kind of flexibility in myself. And so the opportunities showed up. I attracted them. The sports complex here opened up, right? It became available for me to go there and play. Players started showing up with whom I could play. And this yoga class came into my life that my friends introduced me to, and now I do it. So these things started getting attracted into my life because I was excited about it. I was happy about it. It's something I'm looking forward to. So having clear skin, having that healthy body is a fun destination, but it's the journey that's exciting, right? It's the manifestation that's happening every day. It's the fun, appreciative thing that is happening every day. It's so exciting to go and play badminton, right? It's so exciting to, do yoga with your best friends. For you, maybe that's a money goal that you have, that you want to have that kind of, money in your bank account. As you're moving towards it, you will have new ideas of how you can, maybe if you're working in a company, you will have new interactions, new projects that may show up. That's going to be fun as well, equally fun, as you're moving on the path of having more money. So through this new project, you can actually have some kind of bonus. Maybe you're working independently, you can have a new idea of a program that you want to create, or a new thing that you want to offer, a new service that you have, and you're enjoying in the process of creating that service, creating something new. And as you're moving towards that money goal, you're having this journey all along. So it's happy here and also happy when you get there with your goal. So it's not just like, okay, when I have the car, then I'll be happy. When I have the degree, then I'll be happy. When I have all of those things, it's like, it's being in that place of feeling good, appreciation where you are, feeling happy where you are, satisfied where you are, feeling good about yourself as you are. And then that keeps expanding, that keeps growing. And then eventually you realize you're there, and it's an incremental journey. It feels incremental, but it's exponential. That's something that I love to say again and again. It's incremental on a daily basis. You're like, wow, that happened, and wow, that happened. It's not like, oh, suddenly you have a, a Lamborghini outside your house. It'll be fun, it'll be cool. But I love when it feels very natural. It feels like, of course. It feels like, oh yeah, this is something I asked for. As Kristen was saying, oh, this is something I asked for and now I have it. As Akanksha, who joined yesterday, she's like, I wanted to travel a lot and now I do it all the time. Like, it feels natural. Now you have changed in your life and you have become this person who has this life right now, and it feels natural and normal for you to have the goal that you once really thought was out of your reach. So thank you so much for joining me in this call. As you can see, I can keep going on and on about this topic. It's so fun for me to talk about manifestation, law of attraction, how you can achieve your goal and how you can feel uplifted in your life. Tomorrow, we're going to look at our beliefs and try to shift how we're thinking about these things. Also, I have an announcement that tomorrow I will have a different time. I will be doing the call about an hour earlier because something has come up, so I won't be able to do it at 8:30 p.m. Indian time, 8 a.m. Pacific time. I won't be able to do it then. I will have to do it a bit earlier. So I'll notify you. I'll notify here on Instagram, also on Facebook, also on WhatsApp, and also on your mail. In case you have signed up in the form, I will let you know. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you get to do today's activity, yesterday's activity. Quick revision. First day's activity was, what's something that you currently have that was once a desire? Feel good about having the thing that you have right now. Second thing is, what's something fun that you'd like to manifest in the next 5 to 6 days? Anything fun, super fun. Today's activity, today's question for you is, what are the 3 things that you want to manifest? And I'm talking about the end happy vision of you being in that vision, of you being with the thing. And I'm not talking about finding a partner, having that difficult conversation with your parents, getting into a college. It's the end goal. Being, having a harmonious time with your boyfriend, with your family and everything, being in the college and being excited to study and, getting all this knowledge and connecting with you people. So what's the end vision? Second part of today's activity is, who are you going to become in the journey of having the desire? You are here right now. That version of you who has the goal is a different version of you. So who are you becoming in this journey from where you are to where you want to go? Living in the end. Thank you so much, Kristen, for joining me today. Thank you, Vasundhara, for joining me today. I hope you guys can connect tomorrow as well. I'll see you tomorrow.